Play older games. That's it. That's the answer to most, if not all, of gaming's problems. Here, you want another variation? Play modern games with an old soul. More on that later. But you gotta do one of the two. Go back to a time or support games that take you back to a time when gaming wasn't about greed or being preachy. Believe it or not, we set the tone for the gaming industry, and right now, the tone is mostly whining. Crying about bad games instead of focusing your time, your precious and finite time, playing the best gaming has to offer, new or old. Are you paying a premium $70 for a buggy, unfinished game? Sure, shout out to Avowed. Is there a trend where narrative games are filled with forced ideologies from incompetent writers recommended by more incompetent journalists? Absolutely. Because of all of this, gaming now has a problem because the industry is currently collapsing due to the rising costs of making games combined with the lower output of quality being sold to consumers. All of this could be summed up in 4 words: higher cost, lower quality. But here at Valley B Gaming, we like to be solution oriented. And the solution, ladies and gentlemen, is to limit the problem. Why contribute your time, energy, and effort towards these horrible games and the people surrounding them, when you could be gaming and catching up to a growing backlog of once-in-a-lifetime games that you swear you'll come back to one day? The time to come back to those games and fulfill your promise is now, because most of these new games suck. They are cheeks. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps it's challenging to look backwards at the classics or find new games doing right by the consumer like older games did back in the past. If this is the case, then this video is for you. I get it, you like watching the trending video game topic and the drama surrounding it, right? It has entertainment value, and it's easy to get sucked in the Asmongold rabbit hole, and as well as in other creators that really like to cover the drama around the video game industry. But if you stick with me in this video, I'll provide some healthy video game habits that can reignite your love for gaming and have you spending less time soaking at the modern gaming industry problems, mainly in the West. So please like and subscribe if you're digging the content. Here we go. My specific recommendation is for you to always have one of the 2 kinds of games in your rotation. Number 1, you want to get a game that is 10 years or older. Why? Because the worst trends of gaming are 10 years old or less. This will take you back to a time when gaming was a little simpler. Honestly speaking, the older the game, the better the impact. And number 2, play a newer game with an old soul. This is a little subjective here because this recommendation requires you to understand the elements of older games. For example, older games were straightforward, non-monetizing, centered towards gameplay, and a great narrative. I'm sure there are more examples, but these are my top 4, and those are the things I think of top of mind. For example, a game like Space Marine 2 took me back to the days of peak Xbox 360 gaming and has elements of the old games I was talking about. Then you got the FromSoft titles such as Elden Rings and Dark Souls and all the other Dark Souls-esque kind of games, as well as a lot of indie games such as Mouthwatch, which I streamed. You know, these indie games are getting more creative, and in my opinion, I believe they are carrying the gaming industry forward right now. All of these games I've mentioned are winning with majority of gamers. Therefore, I believe that doing this will keep your gaming passion going, but will also allow you to keep your gaming standards high, easily rejecting the slop that gaming gives you. Think of what I'm saying as a detox from the current nonsense that you have to deal with a lot of these current games. So there you have it. Play an old game or play a new game with an old soul. But Val, you're telling me what to do, but not how to do it. Fair enough. You want some practicals, right? Some ways to have to do it? How about 5? I got 5 for you. Number 1, get a Steam account. Whether it's a PC, laptop, or portable PC such as a Steam Deck or ROG Ally, this is going to be the best option because it contains older games and great indie titles that'll play flawlessly on older PC rigs, and the games themselves that comes at a great price and have frequent sales for you to easily buy them. It's legal, it's accessible. Personally, I'm going through all the Splinter Cell games, and Steam have a good platform for me to catch up on my backlog games before I die. Number 2, the answer is simply Nintendo. Always keep the newest Nintendo console around. When you want to be reminded of what video games are really about, just turn on the Switch, or Switch 2 coming soon. Nintendo has almost never wavered on compromising quality or displayed greedy tactics, and I say almost to keep my argument strong because I really wanted to say never. They are consistently on point with the games they make, guaranteeing a high level of quality, not to mention the physical preservation aspect of it. You buy their latest game, it's all in a cartridge, it's yours, making it the only system worth physically collecting. Anyway, from Zelda to Mario to other popular Nintendo franchises, you are getting innovation mixed with what you know and love. More importantly, Nintendo provides access to their old school collection, such as GBA, SNES, N64, right? And quality of life mechanics such as save states. Nintendo is truly a must-have system for your old school fix, or just a reminder that gaming can be fun and challenging. Nothing more, nothing less. Number 3, I got the Xbox Series X. I get it. It ain't fun because all the homies done had some, right? And by homies, I mean PlayStation and Nintendo, because everything is an Xbox nowadays. However, speaking on the Series X as a console and an Xbox ecosystem, you should have access to most, if not all, digital purchases you've made since the 360 days. This makes Microsoft the best backwards compatible console out of the big 3, with over 690 games from the Xbox 360 and original Xbox. And yes, you can collect physical Xbox 360 and original Xbox discs, and as long as it's compatible, insert it into your Series S or X and live out your nostalgia. I would have never been able to play the masterpiece Spec Ops: The Line. This is a good time to say this too. Xbox 360 is one of my favorite consoles ever because of its mix of amazing gameplay and great narrative pacing. So in terms of your old school needs, the Xbox Series X will give you the access you need for your older games. Microsoft has done right by the consumer in this effort. Number 4, I have consoles, emulators, and everything in between. Shout out to all the game collectors and retro room basement builders. I love all you guys' content, just showing me all those games I grew up playing, like physically in the day. So shout out to you guys. But nowadays, if you like the game collecting hobby, you can keep an eye out for your favorite games. Then you purchase them, right? You cop them, you plug in your old system, and you give it a go. It is a great and authentic way to relive the experience of the golden age of gaming. However, we do have those dreaded scalpers who probably are currently killing the game collecting hobby all in all. However, if those dreaded scalpers are trying to kill your passion by raising up those prices, you can grab any average 2025 computer, attend YouTube University, and begin emulating the classics. On the other hand, perhaps the remake you like took the glitches you like, or things are not the same. No worries, play the original version via an emulator. Trust me, the rabbit hole goes deep, my friend. Take the word emulator and have a ball. Last but not least, we have the Game Pass and the PlayStation Plus Premium Collection. Between the two gaming subscription services, you'll have access to a good selection of the classics at the convenience of your current gen console. Just know you won't own these games, so you're here for a good time, but not a long time. So there goes some practicals that can really help allow you to enjoy gaming again. To my viewers who went from having very few games with tons of time to now having a whole lot of games with very little time, you cannot afford the luxury of complaining. By the time you invest countless hours of your viewership into these games are slop type of videos and making mediocre gaming journalists who claim that you'll go back to sucking D trending on the internet, it'll be time to clock back into your 9 to 5 followed by other responsibilities. So I plead with you to protect your peace. Protect your peace. This world is full of politics, ideologies, thoughts, and opinions, and protecting your peace is simply playing and enjoying the games you love instead of turning it into a political subtopic. That's all, folks. Like and subscribe if you appreciate the unique conversation. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Have a good one.